Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
So Fatty's been up to some blood-sucking foolery going on the past couple weeks or so. You know, he hasn't posted a lot of content. He's more so put some shorts out there for some hoo-ha laughter, you know, to really get the crowd going. But, you know, we see like little snippets of his tiny house from time to time, and it's not looking good, dude. I mean, like, they already have like the fly traps hanging from the ceilings in there, because I guess something went wrong, you know. It's probably so hot in there that he has to keep his door open all day long, or his windows open or whatever, and bugs are just getting in. They're probably coming up through the drain, you know, they're coming in through any crevice they can find. And, you know, that's really nice, you know. When you move into like a new apartment or a new house, you know, the first thing you want to do when you know, unpack all your stuff is like, all right, everybody, it's time to put ant traps down and put some bug traps on the ceiling. You know, that's really going to tie in the aesthetics of the room. And I commented on this short when it came out initially, and I talked about how he just has a pile of laundry sitting right next to the shower, just mildewing there. And it's like, I don't know what his plans are. You know, he doesn't have a washer dryer. I mentioned it before. He's not going to go down to the creek. He's not going to start scrubbing them that way. I think he's just going to wear gross, mildewy clothes for like ever until this shack collapses in on itself. So it's not looking good, dudes. Either way, you know, he has a big announcement about YouTube later on, and we're also going to look at him do some artwork, so that should be fun. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we finally get to do it. The paintball art. So, today, we're doing an art piece that uses 3 colors. We have red, orange, and I forget the third one. It's a brown box, I can't see it. But yeah, so this should be a good time. We're gonna screw the CO2 in and see if see if it works.
So essentially, he's gonna start decorating his house with a bunch of garbage that he constructs, which will be really nice. It'll really tie in with those yellow strips of bug glue hanging from the ceiling. It'll look really nice in there. And, you know, I'm not well versed as much as some others might be in the Airsoftfatty Christoverse or whatever you want to call it, you know, but I'm pretty sure he had a cat previously, and that box said cat tree on it. Makes me think, you know, this is back from the times when he had the cat before he gave it up for adoption at some shelter somewhere. So not great memories formulating here, but you know, it takes a special man to really think, you know, I'm gonna take a paintball gun and shoot it at a canvas, and it's gonna turn into some Mona Lisa, you know, Starry Night immaculate artwork there. So, and it's also kind of bizarre. You love the camera angles, and like for once, I'm actually appreciative when Chris does the videos of just himself filming and he doesn't have somebody else filming him. It brings sort of an authenticity to the whack pack, to the whack show that's going on. And, you know, who doesn't love a view looking up from his gut, where his gut is somehow more protruded out that you can't even see his head when he's standing upright. It's kind of preposterous. It's some sort of like magician's trick. I really don't know what's going on, but I'm looking forward to the art.
Yes, it works. It does seem to leak. That's a little worrying. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get this filled up quickly. I guess this is leaking. So we're gonna try to get this filmed fast.
This is exciting. You know, he takes the CO2 out, hooks it up to his paintball gun. Clearly doesn't work very well. He's getting eaten up by bugs outside. You know, it's not looking like it's Fanny's day today. But like any other, you know, extraordinaire, you know, think of the Greg Jennings Madden video where he broke his leg and he ran for a touchdown. You know, Fatty's going to persevere through the strife, through the turmoil, to really give us that content, to really make it good, you know, and that's what I appreciate about him. He goes the extra mile to somehow put out subpar content. I shouldn't be one to be talking, but come on.
Tech issue. Okay. Hopefully that'll keep it standing. Let's get this done before I get eaten up by bugs. Alright. Are we having tech issues? The fuck?
So this is great. This whole scenario, this whole situation, don't you love it? You know, there were some people that questioned whether or not Fatty actually was ungrateful for his house, or was all a gag, all a spoof, all a parody. Well, here he is, his brand new shed. He's standing on the back side of it, shooting paintballs at it. Yeah, that's a good idea, Chris. You know, I know he's only like 10 feet away from the canvas, and shooting it in a straight line is not hard. And granted, guys, he didn't hit the house. It's more of the concept. You couldn't have set this up against a tree somewhere. You're surrounded in the middle of nowhere. You couldn't have set this up somewhere that you don't potentially get paint splatter all over your brand new tiny house that a bunch of men helped set up for you as you slept on the floor. You could have done that courtesy. And obviously something went wrong. The CO2 wasn't pressurized enough or something, old canister, something like that. But even still, what is this accomplishing? It sort of reminds me of, I don't know if anybody has ever done this before, but I remember when I was a kid, there was sort of a trend where you would do these like arts and crafts, birthday party things. And one of them I remember was you would take like crayons or some type of like wax, and you would essentially arrange it in a pattern on a canvas, and then you would melt it, and it's supposed to give like a pattern or something. It was really stupid. I never understood it, but this is what it's reminding me of. But at the same time, I don't know what Chris's intentions were, because are you trying to paint that entire canvas? Well, if you're trying to, you're definitely going to hit the house, because trying to get the corners and the edges is not going to work out well. But hey, you know, Fatty he's like 12 steps ahead of me. He knew something that I had no concept of. So maybe I should give him the benefit of the doubt.
So let's talk about what went wrong here. First off, you're looking at the two shots that actually were able to hit, splat, make some form of mark or painting on there. And as you can see, the support that I put in the back did not work. And I'm going to go ahead and show you guys that right now. Now, I get this looks very janky, and that's just because it is. So what we've done here is we've actually torn up pieces of cardboard and kind of fit them in there to make a harder back for it, along with some duct tape.
So this is all just hillbilly gone wrong, you know. I don't know why he had it doesn't comprehend with me, because getting cheap paint and cheap brushes has to be cheaper than buying paintballs or new CO2 canisters. Like, I get it from like an entertainment point of view, but like, I wasn't super entertained. I would have been entertained if his first shot just completely missed the canvas and splattered on his house. That would have made me be like, this is great, I'm glad he's doing this. But since it failed after 3 shots, you know, I'm not too impressed, you know what I'm saying? And like, the initial idea of, oh, well, we'll put supporting behind the canvas makes sense, but those canvases are like the cheapest quality possible. I used to paint every now and then, so like, these ones are really cheap. They're the pre-stretch ones, and they're not gonna hold up to you shooting balls at them, you know? Have you ever been hit with a paintball? It hurts. So of course it's gonna go through like thinly, you know, it's not heavily coated canvas, so it's not gonna hold up to it. And then for some reason, packing on a lot of duct tape, it doesn't make a lot of sense. It just doesn't. And the zoom in shot of the canvas, I'm not sure, dude. I'm not sure. You know, I don't.
Now, I know you're probably thinking to yourself, well, what can I do to make this better? How can I keep this from tearing? Simply put, I'm going to have to make a custom homemade easel out of wood. I'm going to have to make it so that the wood that holds the paper in place is just big enough to slip into the back of the canvas.
So I don't really know what his plan is, because in my mind, an easel is something that holds up the canvas. And unless you're designing an easel that has like 2x4s or something screwed into it so that you can like hang the canvas on it, I don't really know where this extra support's supposed to be coming from, unless he misspoke. I'm not positive. But yeah, I mean, I guess the easiest way to do it, and this is something that Chris could do and he could show the entire process of, you know, you can literally build your own canvas. And if you did that, then you could support it, embrace it exactly how you wanted to, instead of trying to fabricate some sort of concoction to make it work. Because all these pre-made canvases are usually, at least the ones on the side, are just the perimeter border with wood. So there's no support in the middle. So like, yeah, I guess you could like try and fit plywood back there or something. But at that point, what's the point of the canvas? You know, if you're gonna do that and the paintballs will still tear through the canvas, why not just get a large, you know, here's a new idea for you, Chris. Go to Home Depot and, you know, all those pieces of plywood that you talked about, oh, it's so expensive, that's why all of our money went away from buying all this plywood. Get one of those large pieces of plywood and set it up against a tree and have a field day. That's what I say you should do. Stop messing with the canvases. You're not going to get anything out of this except for humiliation and me laughing at it. So do us a favor, you know, think a little bit further ahead than trying to reinforce a like 9.5 by 12-inch canvas.
It is indicative of better things to come, more beautiful things to come, and it's just all in all inspiring piece. That being said, I don't know if I'm going to auction this or if I'm going to keep it. I'm going to let you guys choose that one. I'm going to leave a comment that basically says, do we auction this bad boy off? You guys just leave a simple yes or no response, and I will go based on what the comments look like with that.
Yeah, guys, come on, let's get some shekels out of this. Don't you want a canvas shot at by Airsoftfatty that have 2 wet red dots on it? Doesn't that look really good? And like, part of it too is like, if this makes Chris happy, then good for Chris. But from a purely aesthetic, a purely conceptual, and a purely artistic point of view, none of what he just said made any sense. This is not inspiring. This is not groundbreaking. You know, this isn't changing the artistic scene. You know, and part of the thing too is just like, people have to be self-aware of what they're talking about. And I know I'm examining, I'm like psychoanalyzing a obese man shooting at a canvas with a paintball gun and talking about his artwork. I understand I'm over-examining it and over-analyzing it, but I'm gonna give my 2 cents. There's so much artwork that people will post online and some get displayed in public that I don't think people actually understand what is beautiful or what is inspiring or awestrucking or whatever. This is nothing. This is trash I would find on the side of the street that I would assume my 2-year-old nephew would have done. Sorry, that's what it truly is. It takes a lot of oomph, a lot of gusto in order to create art that's actually moving and inspiring, and this isn't it, and that's okay. But just don't try and blow smoke up our ass so that you can get a couple extra shillings so you can buy more weed that you can blow into an anthill, you know? Let's be a little bit realistic here. Nobody wants this piece of shit. Sorry, not sorry.
Holy fuck, I just opened up YouTube and you fucking did it. You fucking made it. We made it to 500K. Then we're just gonna try to make 500K more subs.
So, this is the big announcement. He got 500,000 subscribers. Congrats, Fatty. That's very cool. However, I don't understand this whole this accent that he has going on. He sort of sounds like a Shakespearean southerner from like the 1890s, you know, that sort of vibe. I don't really understand, you know, maybe he's getting choked up. I don't want to question the validity of his tears or not, but I will anyway because I'm a hypocrite. And like, you know, it seems like he's authentic, but at times it seems like there's not a lot going on with his face. So it's like, it's hard to gauge. And like, you know, I'm sure he's happy. I'm sure he's proud. And that's all great and cool. At the same time, I think he has to be realistic about where his channel is, you know? And it's like, it's pretty cool from the perspective that for a long time his channel was trending downward. And now he shot back up with like 5,000 or 10,000 more subscribers since he was on like his downward trend. So like that's a positive. At the same time, he will never get 500,000 more subscribers to reach 1 million. I feel almost, I don't want to wage anything too drastic, but I feel pretty confident about that just because, and like, you know, I don't think it's worthwhile to like view watch or sub watch or anything like that on the platform. But like, you have to be somewhat realistic because some of my videos about Fatty do better than his own videos about whatever he's doing. So it's like, and it's not me trying to put Chris down or anything like that, but like, you have to be realistic. If you have a 500,000 subscriber channel and you're only getting like 5,000 to 10,000 views a video, and like part of it too is like a lot of these subs are coming from shorts, and shorts subscribers don't really translate to actual subscriber or like actual viewers. So there's some like algorithm behind the curtain thing going on, but like, hey, if he's happy, that's cool. Congrats, Chris. But I think you have to evaluate what the future of your channel looks like, because yeah, you've reached this milestone, but even, you know, getting 10,000 views on a 500,000 subscriber channel, you know, you're getting whatever 0.5% of viewers to tune in. So it's like, it's not great. And you know, I don't know what the changes that Fatty's channel would have to take in order to see these changes and more viewers coming in. But whatever he's doing now, you know, at least he didn't make a weed joke in this video. I'll give him that at the very least. So hey, one positive.
Fluffy, Gabe, my guy, it's your boy Fatty. How's it going on? I just wanted to ask you a quick question, okay? How would you like to hop in the ring with me? You know, do it for charity.
You know, we're reaching Cyrex levels of delusion here, in all honesty, because I mean, this is like me challenging Michael Jordan to a one-on-one in my local park. You know, be realistic, Chris. Fluffy, I don't know how, I mean, I was never a big Gabriel Iglesias fan, you know, he wasn't always my cup of tea. I like more edgy content, you know, some things that really put the razor blade to the wrist, you know what I'm saying? But like, he's also like a mega superstar, right? And so like, I don't get it. Yeah, you're the same body type as each other. That's cool. That's epic. Maybe you should go for Boogie. You and Boogie would actually fight, and I don't know who would cry and complain more in that situation. It'd be hard to figure out. But you can't be having Cyrex levels of delusion, Fatty. Alright? That's not a good look. Stop trying to beg for attention on your dwindling YouTube channel. Alright? You know, work your way up. Start with Boogie, you know, or start even before that. Start with some guy that you find at the Walmart of your local neighborhood. Start with him, then move up to Boogie, and then, you know, move up to, you know, somebody that's 10 years, you know, Wings. Maybe Wings is the step after that. I don't know. I'm not your manager. Blaze should be figuring this out, but I don't know how he actually thought this was ever going to get translated to Gabriel. But hey, the more we talk about it, the higher chance there is.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that dirt in there?
No, that's shit. Oh, the ash. Ash helps to eliminate some of the odor.
And it's really fitting to end off an Airsoftfatty video with taking a look inside and seeing some shit. You know, it's very fitting to watch Chris and think of shit immediately, because here we are. I questioned this in the outhouse video. You bought an outhouse, are you gonna get it regularly emptied and pumped out? Who knows? Was it tied into the septic system? Obviously not. So here's what he's starting to do. He's starting to get ash to try and neutralize the smell inside of his porta potty. Yeah, that's a really good idea, dude. I'm sure whenever you get these guys out here to suck out your sludge, I'm sure they're going to be really amped up that you poured a bunch of ash inside. That's really cool. Like, I get it. On one hand, that is true. Putting ash on stuff can, like, subsidize the smell. That's what they say. Sometimes, like, old hunters would do that on your arms and stuff to hide the pheromones. But, like, Jesus Christ, dude. Think ahead. All these guys, it's like, I get it. It's content. I'm sure they have a plan, maybe. Maybe not. It's going to be too expensive. That's why he has to sell his shitty paintball art to get some more shekels to send to the poop suckers, you know? And it's just like, figure it out, dude. Just figure it out. Ayo. Alright? Without further ado, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Until next time, peace.